Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chris Stollings. You know me here on YouTube as Marauder-EX, and as always, I'm the host for Operation Recap, where I'm going to talk about some of the stories that we covered over the week over at OperationRainfall.com that you may have seen, may not have seen, or may be new to you. Who knows? Let's see. Starting off, we're just going to jump right into it because this is the week following E3, so there's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of clarifications, a lot of new stuff. First off, I want to talk about Thief. From Eidos and Square-enix, I believe. Eidos Montreal, regardless, is the developer, has announced that Thief, the fourth iteration of the Thief franchise, is coming to the 360 and PS3 as well. It was announced for the PC originally, but it is coming out on current-gen systems, which I find to be amazing. I was kind of expecting it to be Xbox One, PS4, but they're saying it's coming out. So that's really good news because that was a franchise that I grew up with as a PC gamer that very few people that I know played. Only like one of my friends played it, and he was actually the one who got me into it. So yeah, fantastic franchise. So I'm really glad to see it coming console side rather than staying PC exclusive. Not that PC exclusive is a bad thing, but for this, more diversity, better. So yeah, I'm happy about that. Next up, Tales of Symphonia Chronicles gets a bunch of new information released. Most importantly, they have a trailer, and it's like a 3-4 minute trailer. I sat down and watched it yesterday. It looks fantastic. It shows in-game scenes, the anime scenes, various other cutscenes, all redone in HD from both Tales of Symphonia and Dawn of the New World, which was released on the Wii. This is a fantastic looking compilation. I really do hope that they are able to bring it stateside. Love to have this game, and this trailer and the new screenshots they've released have just compounded that fact of how much I enjoy that game and that franchise. So I'm really hoping that it actually comes out. So check out that trailer. We've got it down below in the description with the article, so go check that out too, that all those deals. New information about Kingdom Hearts 3, and there's way too much that I want that I'm going to go through on this. But following E3, there were a couple of interviews where they went into more detail on some parts, less detail on others. They have said that this is the last of the Xenohort saga, so this will be closing that chapter out of the Kingdom Hearts franchise. So basically everything that starts in the prologue of Birth by Sleep and all the way through game chronology to Dream Drop Distance, then this is the end of all of that. So if there is a continuation of Kingdom Hearts, it looks like they're going for something new because this is the end. So it looks like they are also pulling out all of the stops. Also some new information about how they are doing the graphic design for it with what they've called the Kingdom Shader. Lots of information on that, so I'm just going to say check out the article because there's really a lot of information. But there was a fantastic interview with the staff about what's going to happen with Kingdom Hearts 3, especially since it is not locked down to a Sony or Nintendo console as in the past. Kingdom Hearts 3 will be out on the PS4 and Xbox One. First time that it's ever made it to a not Sony or Nintendo console, which basically Sony and Nintendo, 2 out of the 3. I mean, this is the first time that it's ever been on a Microsoft. So, but really excited about this one as well. I'm hoping it comes out sooner rather than later because I know that they announced information about Kingdom Hearts 3 right after Final Fantasy 15, and Final Fantasy 15's been in the works for a long time now. So I'm hoping again sooner rather than later. Next up, Crimson Dragon. If you saw E3, you saw the Microsoft press. I'm blanking on the word. Their big show. They showed off Crimson Dragon, which, for those of you who don't know what Crimson Dragon, it's from a lot of the development team that used to work on the old Panzer Dragoon games. The first 2 Panzer Dragoon games were rail shooters, which look very similarly to what Crimson Dragon is spiritually. It looks like Crimson Dragon is kind of the spiritual evolution from Panzer Dragoon Zwei, and Panzer Dragoon Orta, which was on the original Xbox. There was, however, Panzer Dragoon Saga, which was an RPG. It was a gorgeous RPG, one of my favorite games of all time, and I am lucky enough to own a copy of it, as it looks like it will never again see the light of day outside of the Sega Saturn. But the creator of Crimson Dragon has said that he wants this to spread off into another franchise, specifically an RPG, which excites me to no end because, again, how much I love Panzer Dragoon Saga. The only thing that bothers me about it is, right now it is only confirmed as an Xbox One exclusive. Whether or not it gets ported to the PS4, PC, or any other console later on is yet to be determined. So, downside of console exclusivity is that it's on that console. But I guarantee you, if they made a Crimson Dragon RPG as a spiritual successor to Panzer Dragoon Saga, I would pick up an Xbox One simply for that game. That is how much I love and admire that game, that I would buy a console strictly for its spiritual successor. It's that good of a game. If you get a chance, check out Panzer Dragoon Saga. Just check out videos on YouTube. I've got, shameless plug, I've got a Let's Play of it up. But check out what made the game interesting, and if Crimson Dragon is able to branch off into the same pathway, more power to them. I would love that. Last up, probably the biggest story, probably one you've already heard, probably one you're tired about hearing, but I can't not talk about it. Microsoft has removed its DRM policies for the Xbox One. They've completely done a 180, nickname Xbox 180. Yeah, I can't take credit for any of that, any of those jokes. But yeah, Microsoft has basically come out saying that they have done a complete 180. The once every 24-hour check is no longer a thing. The install process and making disks just a medium between the information to install the information once it's on your hard drive, it's there. That's no longer a thing. A lot of the negative things are gone. A lot of the things that got people up in arms and screaming in the first place are gone. The downside is some of the things that Microsoft was saying were going to be revolutionary are also gone, like the family share plan, like the ability to share the games with up to 10 people on your friends list who you set into this family list, being able to play regardless of them owning the game. Information has come out saying that that was going to be a timed share where you can only play it for 45 minutes to an hour depending. There's no concrete evidence of that, just people who are inside, or I can't even say insider savvy, people who have mentioned multiple times on the internet that what they think is going to happen has actually happened. So, but still, there's not been concrete word from Microsoft, and there won't be on that, because that's, you don't want to downplay what would have been the system's greatest strength. But now that it's gone, it's kind of a moot point. But part of me is a little disappointed that this has happened. I was not a supporter of Xbox One. It was not a system that I was originally going to get, simply because of the DRM and other policies that they had enacted. Wasn't really my cup of tea. But I was very curious to see how Microsoft was going to shake things up, because we have not had a shake-up like that in quite a long time, where someone says, this is new hardware, this is where gaming can go. I really don't think it happened since the days of the PS2 and the Dreamcast, where DVDs and modems were included with the system to say, hey, this is where we think the future of gaming is going to go. So I'm a little disappointed that it's gone, because I really wanted to see how Microsoft was going to shape their vision for the future, but I also can kind of understand why people are very happy to see it gone. But yeah, those have been all of the stories. For recap, I'm going to have, again, all of the stories in the description, and we have more stories at OperationRainfall.com. Go check those out, please. It gives us stuff to do when we can interact with you. I didn't mean that to rhyme. I'm going to go now, but I will catch you guys next week for another Operation Recap. Till then, later, everyone.